A pet shop in Thousand Oaks, California has decided to do something that members of Congress refuse to do, take a stance on common sense gun legislation. And so even though they don't have the power to legislate, they do have the power to deny service to anyone who is against common sense gun legislation, and they're doing just that. This is the Shelter Hope pet shop located in Thousand Oaks, and they said that they are adding "Where do you stand on gun control" to their pet adoption interview for potential pet parents. And here is what they're trying to do. The owner of this organization says, "We do not support those who believe that the Second Amendment gives them the right to buy assault weapons. If your beliefs are not in line with ours, we will not adopt a pet to you."
Damn.
That's strong.
Super strong.
Yeah.
You're gonna see why in a second.
Yes, so let me give you more. The founder, her name is Kim Sill, highlighted that the city of Thousand Oaks experienced a mass shooting in 2018. We actually covered that mass shooting when a 28-year-old Marine Corps vet killed at least 12 people at the Borderline bar. She added that the shooter had visited their shop for community service hours. That's pretty terrifying, right?
Yeah,
and so
could have been them.
So she feels, like close to that issue as a result of this mass shooter, doing community service hours at their pet shop. Now, we changed our policy about volunteering after that incident, but now we feel confident to go even further than that. The shelter, by the way, also requires future pet parents to be at least 25 years of age, which, I mean, do you, boo, right? It's their organization, they get to set the rules here. I think there are lots of wonderful 21 to 24-year-olds who want to adopt pets, and they should be able to, but it's to each his own. If found guilty of being an NRA supporter, make no mistake, we will sue you for fraud.
Damn, Kim's not playing. Okay, I love this. So look, whenever I see a situation like this, I always think, okay, let's be fair. What if the shoe was on the other foot, right?
Other foot.
Okay, so you're going to adopt a dog, they say, well, you have to be a gun owner, otherwise we won't let you have this dog. Okay, you know what? That's totally fine. So here's the standard. Private businesses cannot discriminate based on things like race and religion, right? So if I went in and they said, we won't give you a dog because you're Muslim, that would be a problem. But if I went in and they said, we won't give you a dog because you don't own a gun, that's not a problem, okay? That's their choice. Now, if they take public money, that's again a different category, and then you would apply different standards to it. But this is a private company, and so as long as it's not based on one of the factors that the government prohibits, like race and religion, yeah, they can set any rule they like, including the one that says you got to be 25 years old. You can't go to them and say, no, I demand you set rules where a 23-year-old can adopt your dogs. No, they don't have to, right? So now they're limiting their own business by setting this rule. But that's even stronger. So, and they feel, hey, look, we could have been dead. And it's not just that we could have been dead. I don't like anybody dying. And I think it's the guns, and they're absolutely right. So I think that's courageous of them, and I applaud them for it.
So the NRA has responded to this, and they don't like that, okay? They're very upset. Responding to Sill's updated policy, a spokesperson from the NRA told NBC News that having this asinine political litmus test comes at the expense of needy and homeless dogs and cats. Okay, so as a Californian, as someone who lives in the Los Angeles County, which is not too far away from Thousand Oaks, let me just say this. Adopting a dog is not easy right now, okay? So unless you're willing to adopt a pit bull, which a lot of people won't be able to do because they live in apartments and just don't have the space for it. But when you go to shelters, there used to be a time when there were so many dogs available for adoption. Now if you're looking to adopt especially a smaller dog because you live in a small space, you have to do the application, you got to get approved, they do an interview, they do an in-home check, they do all of that. And man, I'm just happy I got Charlie in 2016 when it wasn't that difficult. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just walked into a PetSmart, they were having an adoption event. I saw Charlie, I fell in love. Okay, my life changed and my life has been better ever since. But if I had to do the application and the interview and all of that, who knows, they might have denied me.
Yeah, so the idea that, oh my God, there's all these cats and dogs and nobody's a dog, that's not really true. So, okay, now the most important thing for me is, look, I think, number one, they have the right to do, I'm gonna come back to an example with me in a second, but number two, and some people might get upset about this, but I think that the dog is safer in a non-gun house. How do I know that? Because humans are safer in a non-gun house. And that's a fact, actually, that's not an opinion. So they have a very legitimate reason. Like, we love these dogs and we don't want you to get them if you have a gun, because then they will be in some percentage chance higher to be in harm's way, right? More suicides, more homicides, more accidental killings in houses that have guns.
Come on.
Okay.
Come
so
on.
Don't endanger those poor dogs. Okay, now to me, I eat at a right-wing sandwich shop here in LA. How do I know they're right-wing? They have posters everywhere with all these libertarian sayings, right-wing sayings and stuff. But damn it, it's delicious. Okay, so I don't do any boycott or nonsense. Like, somebody even saw me, they're like, "Can I tweet that you're here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care." Okay, have at it, Hoss, right? But if they said to me, "Cenk, we found out you're a progressive. You're not allowed to eat here anymore because we don't like your political views," I'd be like, "Oh, okay, fine," and I go across the street. So,
sad day.
Yeah, sad day for you. You don't want my business, I'm not gonna give it to you. So as long as you're not doing anything illegal, you got a right to your own opinions, man. Run your business any way you like.
Yeah, look, I have no problem doing what they're doing, right? And if they were gun nuts who only wanted to adopt dogs and cats to people who also are gun nuts, it would be weird, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
No, give me the dog.
Yeah.
No, it is what it is.
As Tony Soprano would say, what are you gonna do?
Yes, all right, now in a bonus episode, we're gonna do a story about triggered racists that ends well. So that's great, tyt.com/join, or if you're on YouTube, hit the join button below, and we'll see you there in a minute. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.